Jim's community involvement goes back many, many decades, certainly far before Partners for Youth was established. Jim has been involved in issues of homelessness and areas in regards to shelter and safe housing for women.
My father's truly an entrepreneur and sees possibility everywhere he looks, opportunities in business and opportunities to help.
He understands the human condition, he understands the problems that people get into, and he understands that every so often all of us need a little bit of help, and Jim's always there to support wherever he can. He came upon this at-risk kids situation, and I think he saw kids who have potential. Kids always have problems from time to time, and how great it would be if there was something there for them.
He was appointed to the Senate in the early 90s and resigned his seat after he felt that what he was hoping to accomplish had been completed, returned to Fredericton and wanted to even do more than what he was doing before, and so founded Partners for Youth, and for that he received the Order of Canada.
And this whole outdoors-based adventure situation that Jim created was for that purpose, and he understood that these kids have a great potential. And all they might need is a little bit of help along the way.
Some of the same skills required of philanthropy are required to build a business: time, creativity, and resourcefulness. He's made good use of those skills and made an impact with Partners for Youth. He grew up in a giving family and believes that one's sense of community responsibility is developed in the early stages of life. His parents taught him to give of his resources, whatever they may be, and has been compelled to help ever since.
I think Jim recognizes that he has the opportunity, by virtue of what he's accomplished in his own life, to help other people. And I think that's how he has remained inspired.
I know he's made me a better person, and I know for a fact that people can live a life that is so inclusive of family, of business, of community. And there is no distinction. It's all muddles together, and Jim is so consistent and has done so much for people.
We've always felt that the community were very supportive and kind to myself and my family over the years. So it's very gratifying to be able to return some of that support and kindness that we have received over the years from the community.
John has an amazing story of perseverance and determination, and a true example of a champion never giving up. But at the same time, never asking much for himself, always giving and supporting other people, being encouraging of other people.
From the first time that I met John, he was there to offer a helping hand, and for the 19 years that I worked for Muscular Dystrophy Canada, he in fact helped in any way that he could.
Despite his own challenges, he sees other people in need and says, well, let's get off our duff and do something about fixing that. And he's helped a lot of people because of that attitude.
And when he was 18, he was in hospital, unable to breathe on his own.
He was one of the first persons in New Brunswick who was ventilated in order to assist him in his breathing.
When children are diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, they're diagnosed usually between the ages of 2 and 4 years of age, and their muscles get weaker. And the families are never given a rosy picture. When John was diagnosed, families were told that these children wouldn't live much beyond their 20th year.
People can react to having a disability in different ways, especially someone like John, who when he was a small child had a full range of abilities. He's a great role model, not just for people with disabilities, but for a young man to say, look, I may have some challenges, but that doesn't mean that I can't get out there and do something good for other people. And he's a real inspiration to people who know him, and I consider him a friend and glad to know him. He realized that there were people living out there right now with actual disabilities who needed help, and he decided to create a foundation right here in New Brunswick that would raise money in New Brunswick.
Whether it's a golf tournament or the annual auction, that is probably one of the largest dinner auctions that I go to in my community. And the funds raised to the John Wood Foundation provides leverage to match with other government funds and other opportunities in the community to help families.
John has won several awards from the Premier's Council on the Status of Disabled Persons. And it's all been around his ability to give back to the community, I think. And it just goes without saying, John has always given back to the community and always tried to help other people.
John gives us an inspiration to use each and every opportunity to help each other, to help our community.
John has always wanted to do is to make sure that he left his mark on this earth, and he has used every day to make a difference.
John's not a rich person. His family's not wealthy or above average in income. They're just a regular family, and John's just an individual who said, you don't have to be rich, you don't have to win the lotto to be able to reach out and do something substantive to help other people.
People have always told me that I couldn't do things all my life, so just work hard and enjoy life and do what you can.
His muscles might be weak, but I'm telling you, his spirit is not.